Hidden away many miles below the city in his secret laboratory, the wily Dr. Sex MD pursues his hidden experiments. His master plan? To create the world's greatest jokes and to finally attain the punani he so desires.
Hey guys, what's good? As you can see directly in front of me, the experiment is nearly fully complete. The only thing that needs to be added to the machine now is this, which is raw liquid plutonium. It comes translucent on the camera, of course, but it will have a drastic effect on the outcome. So here we go.
Unbeknownst to Dr. Sex MD, the bottle he had used was in fact not Funtonium, but a near-identical bottle of liquid artisnium, the most esoteric substance known to man.
Oh no, the artisnium is calcifying into the corolla carburetor. I'll have to remove the phalanges, but if I do that, I might aerosolize. Oh no, the pressure is building. If I don't release the pull-out valve, the artisnium could become thrice as potent. But in its current state, it's already leaking dangerous levels of zionizing gas. It's nearly past the sonic manifestation threshold. I have to...
Audio Jungle.
So that was years of work, blood, sweat, and tears, years of online correspondence, school, years of hating myself, disappointing my family, and of not getting any pussy. But, I mean, there's still jokes, right? So, here we go.
Train 1 is talking to Train 2. Train 1 asks Train 2 about his feelings on the death of Al-Hadim, Train Algiri, the brutal dictator of Train Ministan. While his regime was undoubtedly oppressive, Al-Hadim was technically the people's champion, as he had been instrumental in the coup d'etat that had toppled the former monarchy. And while cruel, his rule of law was strong, and seemed to be the dam preventing total anarchy in the region. However, when the daughter of a lowly bricklayer was killed by the moral police for not conforming to the strict anti-emo policy dictated by the Interior Ministry, the grief-stricken father turned to foreign news media, begging for international aid. Emboldened by the emotional cries of a grieving father, as well as the vast oil reserves in the country's southern region, Western powers sent military aid to rebel insurrection groups in the hope of promoting democracy in a less fortunate nation. In response to the increased fighting by rebel groups, Al-Hadim publicly executed 11 rebel fighters in the middle of the capital city of Caboose. However, the display only furthered the violence. In the following years, the once relatively peaceful country of Train Ministan is now awash with blood. All major cities now show signs of war, and refugee groups evacuate the country in droves. As the war continues, Train Ministan comes to be personified by a single image, that of a jihadist train on a collision course with a group of refugees, while an unknown figure contemplates the moral dilemma of switching tracks, so that the bomber will only kill a single, crippled, pregnant train. As the war rages on, Al-Hadim's forces are pushed farther and farther back into the interior. Soon, his only standout are the besieged capital city of Caboose and its outlying territories. But though his forces are greatly depleted, the capital city stands strong, and a war that has already lasted years now seems like it could continue indefinitely. In response to growing political tensions, foreign powers deploy ground and air support to rebel fighters. However, even their combined power still cannot topple Caboose. Days turn to weeks, weeks turn to months, months turn to 1.5 years, and still Caboose will not fall. Because Caboose houses both enemy combatants, as well as a large civilian population, any bombings are seen unfavorably by humanitarian groups, leading to long and brutal, drawn-out ground combat. Those that live in the capital are often starved and fearful, and are often left without electricity or water. Just as the war seemed to be in a permanent stalemate, suddenly, and without warning, on the day of May 13th, 2014, Al-Hadim signed a ceasefire treaty with rebel leader Moussa Lokomotif in exchange for the safety of his cabinet and family. Worldwide, the opening of the city gates was celebrated, as rebel fighters were greeted by the starved and impoverished citizenry of Caboose. However, very soon after the takeover, the family of Al-Hadim died suddenly in a car crash. and very soon after, Al-Hadim himself died of a heart attack while awaiting trial in the Netherlands. Journalists were quick to point out the convenience of the dictator's death, but were soon distracted as several different rebel groups fractured and started vying for power. However, while the world now watched as the country of Trainministan seemingly ate itself alive, a select few individuals focused on the death of Al-Hadim. Train 1 says to Train 2, "It was no accident that Al-Hadim, Train Algiri, died. It was the work of a trained killer."